During the British rule on India, in one of the thriving princely states, there lived a Maharaja, both feared and hated by the people. His forefathers had ruled with grace and wisdom, but this Maharaja was vain, cruel, and obsessed with legacy. He adorned his big mansion with gold and foreign silks, yet he would return away starving villagers at his gates. He laughed at cries for justice and crushed dissent with a single command. He often declared, "My name shall echo louder than time itself." Not only him, but people from his cabinet were also cruel. They would often punish and shout at their workers without any reason, just to humiliate them. People often talked about their cruelty and evil nature, but due to the fear of Maharaja, they never resisted. One night, during a thunderstorm that rattled the mansion's walls, Maharaja was resting in his bed and was enjoying the night with classic music. He heard a strange sound, like someone is whispering his name. Maharaja quickly got up and opened the doors of his room. A strange figure appeared, an old beggar, cloaked in rags and shadow, sitting on the stairs with a lantern in his hand. The flame of the lantern looked strange. Maharaja called him. When he came and spoke, his voice was creepy, and his right eye glowed unnaturally beneath the folds of his turban. The guards tried to turn him away, but Maharaja, intrigued by the man's audacity, and summoned him inside. In the hush of the lantern-lit chamber, the beggar offered Maharaja a cursed relic, a bronze lantern, ancient and heavy, that flickered without oil or wind. While handling the lantern to Maharaja, he said in a strange voice, "Keep the flame alive, and your name shall never die. What if someone tries to put it out?" Maharaja asked with a smirk. The beggar replied, "Then their soul shall feed the flame and burn for all eternity." Delighted by the idea of immortal recognition, Maharaja called one of his trusted guards and told him to secretly place the lantern inside the central dome of his mansion, surround it with velvet ropes and glass casing. After that, the nights grew strange. Guards heard the Maharaja whispering to the lantern. His words were unknown and ancient. At times, he was seen laughing alone. His eyes glazed over, muttering phrases like, "They will remember me, and I am eternal." And one morning, he was found dead on the marble floor, his face frozen in pure terror, his hands reaching toward the flame. There was no wounds, no struggle, and no signs of intrusion. Only the flame still danced, brighter, bluer, and hungrier. The throne was later passed to another Maharaja, a distant cousin known for his kindness. Unlike his predecessor, this Maharaja walked among the people, restored temples, and opened granaries. He thought the cursed tale of the lantern was nonsense, but the whispers wouldn't stop. Servants begged him to have the lantern removed, claiming to hear screams echoing from the dome at night. Some guards claimed to see a figure in royal robes crouched beside the flame, talking in a voice that wasn't human. One stormy night, Maharaja, infuriated by fear and superstition, marched to the hall with a steel rod in his hand. He tried to strike the lantern. With the strike, the entire mansion trembled. The next morning, the Maharaja had vanished. Only one thing remained: a handprint burned into the inside of the lantern's glass, his fingers outstretched, as if clawing for escape. This news spread like wildfire. Pictures of the lantern and its ghostly glow were all over the newspapers. A popular theory suggested it was a jinn's prison, sealed in the flame, fed by egos and souls. After hearing the news, a group of paranormal research students from a university arrived. They documented everything, including villagers' testimonies. Locals warned them by saying, even the wind goes silent near the mansion after sunset. But they didn't listen. On the fourth night of their stay, they decided to explore the underground balcony, believing there is someone responsible for all these murders. And they were convinced that the dead bodies of the two Maharajas could be in this underground balcony. During their search, they saw something which caused their hearts beat faster. The team saw a man in royal robes standing beside the lantern. His body was hidden behind a curtain. Their eyes widened with fear, and they started screaming Maharaja's name. They ran toward him and were never seen again. Only their recording device and their handprints were found on the wall with the lantern hanging beside. While playing a looped recording, only a strange, evil voice was heard. Do not let the flame die. This news went viral on newspapers. A group of researchers vanished without a sound, without a mark of anything. The villagers, the guards, everybody said they didn't hear anything that night. They never saw someone entering or leaving the mansion. After this incident, the mansion was closed and nobody was allowed to even enter its gate. Many years later, a wealthy construction builder bought the mansion at auction. Due to the widespread rumors of haunted mansion, the builder bought it at cheap price. He planned to convert it into a luxury hotel. Villagers begged him not to do it and warned him about the consequences, but he dismissed their pleas with a laugh. Ghost stories do not stop construction permits. As soon as the construction began, something strange happened. That same night, around 3, people in the villages awoke to screaming. They all gathered in front of the mansion. They looked up at the mansion balcony and saw the builder screaming his son's name out of terror. His 10-year-old son standing barefoot in the balcony, holding the cursed lantern. His mouth wide open, eyes glowing, and he was saying, "Do not let the flame die." He was screaming without a sound, as if his voice had been stolen. Then he vanished forever. He was never found again. The mansion was then permanently sealed. No one is allowed to sell or buy it. But the flame still burns, and it can be seen even from a distance. Some say it feeds on memory. Others whisper that the evil Maharaja lives within it, never dying, never at peace, because the curse doesn't seek death, it seeks legacy, and legacy burns forever.